Well, ladies and gentlemen, it appears that Hee-jin has decided she's done. It's been reported that she's leaving the board of directors, which in turn means that her shareholder agreement has been canceled as well. We're going to talk about this. This video is going to be twofold, two parts. We're going to talk a little bit about the Hee-jin thing, stepping down from her position. And we're going to talk about Hanni's claim of bullying in the workplace. We're going to talk about that. So yeah, let's just get into it. So Hee-jin announced that she is resigning as inside director of Adore. But at the same time, she's also taking legal action against HYBE for what she claims is violation of the shareholder agreement. So she's not really as done as a lot of people thought she'd be, or maybe even wanted her to be. Of course, she wants those stock options. We all know this. She wants that money, so she's not giving up on that. No surprise there, right? But that's what she's always been after, I guess. And her claim that HYBE breached the shareholders agreement is her way to go about getting those stock options. I don't think it's going to work, but she's giving it a shot, so we'll see how that goes. Of course, I have no doubt that NewJeans and Hee-jin are still in communication with each other, so it's not a total abandonment. But if she's giving up her position as the inside director, that does mean that she's no longer going to be NewJeans' producer. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it looks like is happening here. So it seems she's going full throttle into the stock options, forsaking even her position and being NewJeans' producer in the process. All right, that's kind of how I look at that. She still had a good number of years to produce for the girls, which is what she said she wanted to do from the start. Plus, she could have still had some say within Adore, so I'm a bit surprised she's just done with it. But then again, I'm not surprised because all these lawsuits. It's just too much to do. And I'm sure that her plate is full with all of the lawsuits that have been coming her way, as well as other things. Along with that, she has also accused HYBE of, ironically, being at peak level of moral decay. Okay. She also said that the dirty media play will continue, referring to HYBE. She sounds like she's projecting a little bit here because she's been the one using the media. She's been the one manipulating the media. She's been the one who's caused Adore to be at peak level of decay. Just the cacao messages, going back to the cacao messages, she tried to clean it up so much. And it's just funny because it takes me back to that time when someone had asked her about the cacao messages and her talking about the NewJeans girls. And she was just like, oh, I don't remember the context of those messages. It was from so-and-so, years ago. Do you remember the context? But how startled she was when she was questioned about those texts. Come on. Do you really think people are not going to ask you these questions? If the media thinks that you're saying something about the girls, if some of us think that you're saying something about the girls, that schoolgirls, things like that. Just really, really weird stuff about these girls. I'm saying all that because she's claiming that HYBE is at peak level of decay and all this other stuff, but look at what she's done, right? Like, look at how she's conducted herself. Look at how she's, honestly, in my humble opinion, tampered with the good reputation that Adore once had. Or should I say the somewhat good reputation that Adore once had is now completely sullied because of her and her antics and everything that she's done. But that's kind of how it looks to me. Now, HYBE did respond, however, to what Hee-jin said by saying that Adore is grateful about Hee-jin's unilateral decision to resign and that they will provide the best support so that NewJeans can grow and develop. I think that is very interesting considering all of the crap that NewJeans themselves have put HYBE through, being integrated into all of this by Hee-jin herself. And that HYBE is still willing to help these girls. Now, I don't know what that's going to entail, to what extent. Like, are they going to really help them, or are they just going to sabotage? I don't think they would, but there are people who believe that HYBE is going to sabotage them. Now, here's the thing. NewJeans has already dug a hole for themselves with everything they've done with the live stream, everything they've done with their bad behavior, everything Hanni did at that assembly meeting, everything that Hanni did after the assembly meeting, going on that other live stream and talking about how, yes, I played my part and I did this and I did that, and the other member going, yes, girl, yes, you did that. Yeah, you told him, blah, blah, blah. And they were just kind of basically talking about Hanni's performance as if it was literally just a performance, like she was acting or something. Because of how immature NewJeans are, they don't know how to play a good victim. It's very clear to me they don't know how to do this well. Hee-jin knows how to play a victim better than NewJeans does. Going on a live stream after that and then going, yeah, this is what happened and this is what happened and that's what happened and yeah, girl, yeah, you did your thing, yeah. First of all, y'all don't sound traumatized by anything. Nothing happened to you girls. You're talking about this in a very light-hearted manner when it was supposed to be something serious. But then again, realistically, how can you be serious about another manager from another subsidiary label telling her group to ignore Hanni, or at least telling one of the girls to ignore Hanni? But it looks like basically they will remain at a door. No surprise there either. They will receive a brand new producer and all that good stuff. Do I think that NewJeans might still try something to be with Hee-jin? Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't put it past them to try to get out of their contract in some way, but I don't think it will be effective. But no more of this complaining about not being able to get the best version of ourselves without Hee-jin and saying that they can't work properly with the new boss in charge. None of that. That's over. Like, none of that complaining and whining and bickering about how, oh, I can't do this without Hee-jin. Oh, we can't be successful without Hee-jin. You're not going to get the best out of us. It almost sounds like they're threatening to not do their best. It's like a childish temper tantrum that they throw. I'm not going to do this unless you got this. Unless you give me that. That we're not going to do our best without Hee-jin. You understand that's going to work against you. You have no choice. You really have no choice. And like I said, putting yourself in the middle of this by presenting your own ultimatums for what you want done by a certain date, by restoring Hee-jin to the CEO position, dumb idea to do that. Should never have done that at all. It's a stupid idea. But just going along the point that I was making about them whining about, oh, we can't do X, Y, and Z without our beloved mom. In the real world, when a boss leaves the workplace and a new boss comes in, do you just stop working because you can't perform at your best without them around? Because if that's the case, you might want to get yourself checked out, because that doesn't sound healthy. Your loyalty is not so much to the boss as it is to the job that you were hired to do. Bosses come and go. Your job, however, is still the same, and you got to keep doing it, regardless of who comes and who goes. If you were to make a live stream making demands of the company that you work for, oh, I want the boss back, the old boss, the company would probably fire you. When I was at my old job, we had bosses come and go. The boss that originally hired my family and I at the job that we were at, they left. What did we do? We kept on working. We didn't say, oh no, take us with you. Don't leave us. Oh no, we can't perform at our best. No. We didn't do any of that. Because that's not how that works, right? You have a boss, and then the boss leaves. And I'm saying boss, but she's not really their boss in that sense. You understand what I mean? Because NewJeans are not actual staff at a job, but she was their CEO. She was the one who gave them basically the tools that they needed to thrive in the K-pop industry in terms of the things music-wise and creative-wise to land them a successful career as idols. And she's gone. You have to deal with what the company has decided to do. You don't have the power nor the right to make demands of the company. You have to do your job, right? You have no choice but to keep working. No matter if a boss comes or goes, you still have a job to do. So just do it. That's how jobs work. All right. Anyway, moving on. So not only did Hee-jin say, I'm done with trying to have a position here, but Hanni's case has been dismissed by the board. So the labor ministry had basically claimed that Hanni's case does not fall under Workplace Bullying Prohibition Act. I got this article from Donghae Ilbo. It says here, the Ministry of Employment and Labor has concluded that allegations of workplace bullying involving NewJeans member Hanni do not fall under the Workplace Bullying Prohibition Act. The decision is based on the fact that Hanni does not meet the definition of a worker under the Labor Standards Act. I'm going to get into that in just a minute. On Wednesday, the Seoul Western branch of the Seoul Regional Employment and Labor Office announced the closure of the complaint filed by some NewJeans fans. That's very interesting because I didn't know who filed the complaint at first. But they're saying here that it was not Hanni, it was the fans that did this in the first place. The fans filed the complaint. We're going to come back to that. I'm going to move on. The complaint stemmed from a YouTube live broadcast on September, during which Hanni shared an encounter with another idol and their manager at the HYBE building, which is Adore's parent company. Hanni greeted them and heard the manager say, "Ignore her." This prompted some fans to file a complaint through the National Assembly petition. Hanni later testified about the incident at the National Assembly Environment and Labor Committee's state audit on October 15th, where she became emotional and shed tears. Yeah, from the live stream that she did after that, it was just an act. She was just acting. The Western branch explained that for workplace bullying protections to apply, the individual must qualify as a worker. Since celebrities such as Hanni pay business income tax rather than employment income tax, and their working hours are not clearly stipulated, they do not fit the criteria of a worker under the Labor Standards Act. So basically, you have to find out and determine whether or not there was bullying in the workplace, right? But let's say there was bullying. When it comes to the labor laws in Korea, the law can't do anything to HYBE in this situation when it comes to Hanni, because Hanni is under contract to do what she's doing. She's not a paid employee, right? She's under contract to do what she's doing, her profession being that of an idol. There's a difference between a worker and someone who is contracted for a certain amount of years to do something. So I can kind of see that as well in this situation. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the law looks at idols and entertainers in a different way than it does workers or the employed. Also, if you're the one who's been hurt or ill-treated in the workplace, then you yourself would file the complaint. But Hanni did not file this complaint. It was actually the fans who filed it, acting as a kind of proxy stand-in in Hanni's defense, coming to her rescue, as it were. You're just a fan. Why are you doing this? You could, and I'm just gonna kind of like put this out there, you could argue that the live stream was NewJeans crying for help from fans to take action, and that's what they were betting on. Do I think that NewJeans is smart enough to come up with this plan alone? No, I think Hee-jin might have been behind that. Hee-jin had to have known how that would affect the whole thing, but I don't know, right? That's one of my speculations. We don't have a confirmation whether it happened or not, but I'm just telling you, if that was the plan, it worked because the fans took action on behalf of NewJeans, filed a complaint that Hanni should have filed, but did not, and that's why she ended up at the assembly. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Now, I'm curious about this, so just follow me for 1 second. Hanni goes to the assembly to speak about the workplace bullying stuff, right? She tells the story, and no one in that room knew that Hanni doesn't meet the criteria for the labor laws. Am I supposed to just believe that? Doesn't that seem fishy to you guys? They have to know this. After all, aren't they assembly members? No one knows these things better than they do. This is their job. So I think they were trying to find a way to make Hanni's testimony somehow fit and qualify for that, and it just didn't work. My understanding might be a little off on this. You can correct me respectfully in the comments, okay? Don't be rude, just correct respectfully. The only way they could do that was to use Hanni and her story to show that HYBE violated the Labor Act by allowing workplace bullying in the company. But, and I looked this up, and just so I'm not talking speculations and all this other stuff, so I did look this up. It took me a minute, but I found it finally. The South Korea's Labor Standards Act, Article 76, Paragraph 2, states that workplace bullying essentially is an act committed by an employer or an employee and is described as an act that causes either physical or mental pain to another worker or by someone taking advantage of their superior position or relationship in the workplace beyond the appropriate scope of work, thus worsening the environment in the workplace. The manager of a group is not higher than the idol. They manage the idol, but they're not on a higher playing field. Remember, Hanni was asked the question, was there someone above you? And she had a hard time answering that question, which frustrated the person who was asking. It's interesting to me because I'm putting it together in my mind that the reason why he was asking that question, speculation, was because they were trying to find a way to make this thing stick, and it just didn't stick. And that's why it failed. But it's just funny to me because the assembly was trying to take Hanni's side so bad, and they were like, I don't know what was wrong with these people. I don't know what the freak was going on. It's funny because I think SNL Korea had made fun of it too. And they pointed out all of the funny things that everybody on YouTube was saying about it because they saw it too. You know, it's interesting when SNL Korea sees something that everybody else has been saying they see. I mean, come on. But yeah, she couldn't answer the question, or she found it hard to answer the question. The answer is no, but they wanted her to answer yes, is what I believe, because they were so on Hanni's side. I mean, they were so on her side, and how they were speaking to NewJeans' new CEO in such a demeaning way and such a overly critical way was just like, wow, they were wrong for that. And I can see why it doesn't fit the criteria because, again, she's not a worker. She's not a workplace person. She's not a company employee. Like, never mind that she believes that this is workplace bullying when a manager from another label tells their people, ignore this person from this other label. Let's just ignore that that is workplace bullying in her mind. She's not an employee of HYBE. The company could terminate the contract, or they could try to find some way to terminate their contract. I'm not sure that would work very well, or if they even could at this point. But I don't think that NewJeans has quite broken even yet with the company. So even if they did, they would owe HYBE a lot of money that they can't pay without their careers. So there's that too. But ultimately, do I think they're going to try to find a way to break their contract? Probably, maybe. A viewer had recently brought up that, I'm paraphrasing, but if Hee-jin has someone that can pay off NewJeans their penalties and all that for leaving and breaking contract, then Hee-jin is once again interfering, which would put her in hot water more so than she already is. And she's already in very hot water. And I agree with that viewer, by the way. That would definitely put her in hot water. I don't think that she would try that. I don't even know if she even has the money to. Interesting stuff. I don't see this turning out well if NewJeans tries to break their contract. Right now, honestly, I would say they're being saved by HYBE, because HYBE could have dropped any other company. If a group caused this much trouble, stirred up this many problems, any other company would have dropped these girls by now. And y'all remember the last girl group, which was the first girl group that HYBE had, who pulled some crap on HYBE, and they got rid of that group. I'm surprised that they're giving this group so much grace, but they are. But at the same time, maybe HYBE sees what I've been saying. Do you guys think that NewJeans is going to try to, get out of this? They could try, but I don't think it will succeed. And if they try, the grace that HYBE has bestowed upon them will probably wax very cold at that point, and they will just let them go. Hee-jin does not have the power she had. So whatever kind of thing that Hee-jin could try, she really doesn't have much power at this point. She's all but relinquished the vast majority of the power she had by bad decisions she's made, plotting, scheming, and now all of that stuff coming home to roost to the point where she's self-sabotaged. And now she had no choice but to leave because it wouldn't be great for her if she stayed. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more content from your boy. And until next time, it'll be your boy Abe signing out. Peace and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. See you next week. Love y'all. Bye.